before we get into the game, after the game, you gave your pair of shoes away. There was I know you had a promotion on social media, the 12 Days of Christmas and Ja. Was it something you saw, or why did you give those shoes to that person in particular?
Um, I can tell. I actually seen him in warm up, so I could tell, how big of a fan he was. He was screaming my name, cheering for me, making shots in warm up. So I knew he was a big fan, and I'm actually doing this uh, thing, where I give a pair of my shoe out. Obviously, I know a lot of people want them right now, and it's not released yet for in store and online. Um, and I read the sign, and I from then on I knew who was getting the pair of shoe, and you can tell how much he wanted it and loved it. So the great thing to see. Leaves you speechless, when you see somebody that big of a fan of you to bust out and cry, and then it was even more crazy, to see his mom crying as well. I know, that touched, both of their hearts, and it's something they'll never forget. So yeah.
Ja, just how would you describe Steve-O's the value he brings in the trenches? I mean, with his rebounding, his
Yeah,
defensive activity.
that's what he at right there. He in them trenches.
Yeah, how do you
I,
describe it?
I don't think nobody else wanna go down there and battle with him. Yeah, I feel like he's just a man amongst boys at that point. He's just the man in the paint on both ends, wherever it's defensive or offensive. And it's been very big time for us back to back. 20 plus rebound games, which we know we need, and it's something we have to do. And he took it upon himself to go and do that for us. Obviously, we still got to help him on the board. We can't just say, yeah, Steve-O, we're gonna get the rebound, but we know he down there somewhere, and eventually, he'll get it. So.
Talk about the connection between you and Ty, where everything's working so smooth. Because I remember your rookie year, y'all kind of played on the court sometimes. It wasn't working as smooth. But now talk about just connection as y'all built throughout the years.
No, that's my dog, man. Obviously, we talk, amongst each other a lot. We both point guards. We gotta, tell each other what we see on the floor. Um, if I pass up a shot that is a turnover or a miss, and he'll let me know, and it's vice versa. But as far as our chemistry, I feel like it's just tough to guard. You have guys, two guys out there on the floor who can create for everybody and themselves, and it allows us to, get out and run, even more. I don't have to be on the ball all the time. Not saying I do, when he's out, but we can run, different actions, for both of us, and we just know, what each other's looking for, because it's what we look for when we out there on the floor, with the others, and it's what we see. So it's just that connection. I feel like you really much you can't explain, but it's there, and it's working for us.
Ja, in the fourth quarter, I think 2 minutes or 3 minutes left. The Kings made a final run to cut the lead to 7, and then coach called a timeout. So, what was his message during that timeout that made you guys secure the win at the end of the stretch?
It was obviously a timeout, to kill momentum, but um, I feel like we've gotten better to where coach don't have to say too much to us for us to know what we got to do on the floor, and what we've done wrong, and pretty much at in that timeout, everybody's message and mindset is winning time, and it's who going get more stops during that time, and who going to execute on the other end, and that's pretty much what we came out and did.
Going back to Ty, how have you seen his 3-point shot kind of develop, and where is his confidence in that come from, and what sort of difference tonight did that provide?
It's funny you asked that, because me and him actually got this little thing I've been telling him. Obviously, when we play opposing teams, we find out who the main shooters is, and we call out the percentages on certain areas, and I forgot who it was, but it had like a high percentage. I think it was like 50, and he was like, he did like a whistle, like dang, and I'm like, bro, you almost up there too. And I'm like, what's yours? He's like, I don't know, I ain't looking, and he won't allow me to look. And since then he's been shooting the ball, incredibly well, and shooting it with confidence, and obviously it helps on us on the floor with no floor space, and then, obviously 3-point shoot.
Hey, y'all, this is the second night that y'all at least tied the season series with the team. Sacramento tonight, the worst you can do is win. You play them again in 2 weeks. I know the West is competitive, so there in the West there's no night off, man. So how you able to keep that intensity every night and every day? Because there's no night off in the West.
It got to be a mindset. You got to want it. You just got to come out and be ready to play. From top to bottom, it has to be everybody. That's our message right now. To each other as a team. We got to come out and play. No matter if we play in a Western Conference or Eastern Conference team, or if we play in a team who down main guys. We got to still come out and play and go out and make a statement and win the basketball game.
Along those lines, Ja, this stretch you guys just went through here for a couple weeks where you played a lot of really good teams. The way you guys navigated, you had a little rough patch, but now you've come out of it, win 3 in a row. Did it reinforce anything to you guys about like what's going to make you guys get to where you want to get to this season?
I feel like, we had that stretch when we went on that, big little win streak, which, during that stretch we was bringing it every night. Obviously, we dropped some games where, we came out lazy, and the team, basically punched us in the mouth first. And, now it's just making sure, we throw that first punch and, continue to play and keep our foot on the gas, for a full 48 minutes. And as of late, I can say, we pretty much, bring it for half of the game. Obviously, we got to fix, our first and third quarter, but we getting there, man. It's a work in progress. So.